Hey everyone, and welcome to The Theorist
And the Savant,
with your hosts JC Botero 67.
and Alex Sinclair.
And we are back. It feels like an eternity since we've done these reviews. I don't
It
know
has been.
why.
It's been since before the new year started.
Yeah, I feel like we've postponed just because now that Anime Kujo is dedicating more time to writing these chapters, like we're just like, oh, we don't have to worry about having this up by, the first Friday in February. Like we have a little extra time.
And
So
we're procrastinating losers, that part too.
That's true as well. All right, so chapter 8 starts off with amazing, like, Anime Kujo is just so good at describing things. Like, I loved when she described, like, the sound of the gravel crunching underneath the tires and
Oh,
stuff.
I
I
know,
thought
and
that
I
was,
love that noise. Like in real life, I'm like obsessed
yeah,
with that noise.
it's so cool, yeah. We're on the same wavelength here. Like, it's so funny. So, the opening scene was, like, phenomenal. And then, basically, Sebastian was driving CL to his parents' manor so they could get a hold of information on how to get in touch with that mystery doctor that we're still trying to find out. So I have a few, like, I don't know, theories, more so questions, wondering if this is going to happen or not. So I'm going to read this little bit and then I'll tell you what my thoughts were after reading that. Low tones and rings echoed behind the large double doors, the sharp clackling of heels growing louder as someone approached. Slowly, it opened to reveal a petite brunette in a black maid's outfit, her hands dropping to her white apron as she realized just exactly who was there. And so this character is named Nasaki after one of the fanfic readers. So my thoughts are, hey, is Nasaki also a Neko? Is she going to be killed by, the Neko hunters? Or, is she just like an innocent bystander who is going to get killed by these people because these people know about Ciel being a Neko, or at least they know that Ciel's parents are pro Neko. So it's like these people could be out to kill Ciel and his family, and they kill the maid
And we all know that
while
this has
doing
to
so.
happen because Anime Kujo kills everybody who is her friend who appears in one of these stories.
Exactly, that's my thought. So it's just like, could she be a Neko, or is she just going to be like an innocent person that gets killed, caught up on this thing? So, some things to think about.
It's a good theory, though. I never thought about that.
Thank you. At first, I had only thought like, oh well, she's gonna die, and then I was like, well, she could be a Neko. But then again, it just expanded into all these thoughts. So
Um,
anyway, back to the
oh,
main part of this chapter was Ciel visiting his dad, which you have a quote to read here, so I'll let you go.
I do. Okay, so Sebastian and CL are in Vincent's personal office. Licking his lips nervously, he inhaled deeply. Dad, I need to know how to contact our private physician. He paused, gauging his parents' reaction. CL, what do you need to talk to him for? Vincent's eyes narrowed suspiciously at his son, making him squirm like an errant child in his seat. He no longer practices, you know that. CL nodded slowly, Sebastian quietly observing the exchange from the side. If it's a doctor you need to consult with, I'm sure we can find someone who not only has knowledge of your condition, but also will be willing to adhere strictly to the privacy laws, he explained, reaching for a Rolodex on his desk and flipping quickly through the cards. I believe Dr. Lau owes me a favor. I can ask him to see you. And I couldn't process when I read that last line. I was sitting there like, wait, hold on a second. Frickin' Lau is a doctor? How in the hell did that happen? Like,
I
seriously?
know.
Like, there's enough opium in Lao to open, like, a frickin' opium chain. Like, it's insane to me that he would be a doctor of any kind.
He's a doctor that prescribes opium or
Ooh,
opiates to people.
that's what cures CL's heat.
Right?
Opium.
But yeah, no, I kind of had the same thoughts. I was like, oh, that's different. We haven't seen Lau in the role of a doctor, which will be really interesting to see.
And if
And I
Lau
just,
isn't completely twacked off his ass when they meet him, I'm just gonna be shocked.
yeah, I can't wait to meet him. And we know that Ran Mao is gonna be there, sitting on his lap. So I'm curious to see how this is gonna work.
Right? She's probably gonna be a nurse.
Right?
That's my assumption. And side note here, Tree Branch.
Okay.
The fact that Vincent has a frickin' Rolodex, what is he, a secretary from the 80s? Like, do people still have Rolodexes?
Dude, it's classic.
I know,
He's
but
gonna make some
damn.
money. He's gonna make some money off of that. He's gonna be like, this was used by the CEO of Phantom Pharmaceuticals, and it's gonna be selling for, $1 million.
And now him and his maid and his wife are dead because, their house was invaded. So now we're selling all of his random crap, like this Rolodex from 1982.
Oh, that's beautiful. At first, I thought you were gonna point out the fact that in Revelations, Lao was a priest. Hey.
True.
That's a little bizarre too. And then Ranma was a nun, so
That's just, it's beyond comprehension that that big boob of a woman just is anything but a hooker.
that's so funny. I was just thinking we should write a total crack like one shot or something about how they even got into like priesthood and nunhood.
He lost a bet.
Right? Oh man, that would be a beautiful story to read. Okay, anyway, we're on to another bit that we both actually selected this quote to read, so I guess I'll go ahead and read it.
Okay.
So, all right, cool. CL, Vincent stated in a low tone, pinning his son with a serious look. Did something happen? Did you do something while in heat? He asked, the young man blanching at the question and glancing away. CL, look at me when I'm speaking to you, Vincent ordered sternly, Cobalt swinging back to meet frustrated Brown, and he exhaled loudly through his nose. Tell me what's going on, he ordered firmly. Which I'm like, dude, wouldn't you like to know?
And I had a major giggle on. It's just, it's so funny. Like if you picture like a little chibi cat version of CL just being scolded by Vincent about something he did when he was horny, it's like, how many times did CL just sexually attack random people as a kid? Like,
oh my god, I want to know.
Right?
Can we get like a flashback to this anime Cujo?
Poor Lizzie.
Please, thank you. Oh god. Alois wouldn't have had an issue with that.
Right? It's like, yeah, baby, get on me.
Oh dear lord. I don't know why this randomly reminds me of how young you were when you had like your first makeout or something.
I was 5 years old under those bunk beds.
Oh Jesus!
There was tongue involved. I don't know. It was just.
Oh man.
It was intense.
Okay.
Not sure how I even knew about French kissing at 5 years old, but
movies, I don't know.
I've always been mature for my age.
Hey, there you go.
That voice, oh my goodness.
I love that. You always have the best voices for these things. So.
Thank you.
Oh, dear lord. Okay.
So, oh my god, I'm gonna read this next quote.
Okay.
Okay. I'm not gonna read it like that. But
okay, good. I was a little concerned about that.
It isn't just that he no longer practices CL, but that he has completely given up medicine altogether. Sebastian frowned at the information as the researcher stiffened next to him. Oh,
hey.
I didn't even pick that up at first. What the reason is, I'm not quite sure. It was a bit of a shock to us all. And I'm just sitting here like, first of all, I just had a thought just now, like, he completely quit medicine, f***ed you over, and you're not even going to ask why.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Like,
right.
He's the only person taking care of your son, and you're just like, oh, he gave up medicine, okay, bye.
I'm surprised it isn't Lao, because maybe the opium got too much to him, and then he's like, I'm done with this shit.
Right?
I'm out. Peace.
I'm gonna go retire and smoke opium.
Man.
And then secondly, I'm just like, all right, drop the cryptic, Vincent. Just tell us who the doctor is. I want to know.
No, I know. I want to know too. I was hoping we'd find out this chapter, and that's obviously not happening. But hopefully, chapter 9.
Anime Cujo knows how to build up suspense for a damn character reveal.
All right, like for real. Oh man. Okay, this next part cracked me up when I read this that you sent me over.
Oh, so Vincent's like, CL, there's some mail in your room on the bed if you want to grab it before you leave. Please be safe. And I'm just like, what a weird place to put CL's mail. He's not even living there at the moment, and you didn't know he was coming. So what, you just get the mail every day, throw it in his room on the bed, and you're like, whatever. He'll get it in 10 years when he comes back.
And it's pointless mail too, which like CL was even like, why the hell didn't they throw the shit away? Like,
Right?
oh my gosh.
Just like that's so weird to me. It's like, oh, CL's gone. What do I do with his mail? I'll put it in his room.
Right.
He'll get to it never.
You never
It's
know
like,
when he wants like a third credit card.
right? It's like, oh, if it was like bills or something and Vincent just stuck it in his room, like, CL get
Oh
to
my
it. It's like, well, there goes like $18,000 in credit card late payments.
Oh, right.
It's like, thanks, Dad.
It was so funny when you read the quote too, because like Vincent's like, please be safe. And I'm like, dude, is there something in the mail that we should be concerned about?
Right? Is there a bomb?
Is it a bomb? Are you trying to kill your son? Like, what the okay. All right. So, we both had similar thoughts on this, and I'm sure everyone else who's reading this fanfic has had the same thoughts about how sad it is that CL had to quit fencing.
Yes, that is. For those of you who might not know, CL went to his room, and Sebastian's like, "Oh, look at all these medals and pictures and trophies and whatnot of like CL's fencing days from when he was a kid." And CL's like, "Yeah, it was great. I had to give it up because I'm an Neko and I'm kicking everyone's ass." But and then I think it's just sad that just because he's different and he doesn't know how to not give 110% with everything he does, he had to give up fencing, doing something he'd like to do.
Right, because it's like you said, it was something that he loved to do. It was
at the end of this fic, if CL doesn't die, which I don't think that's ever happened in an Anime Cujo fic, but if CL doesn't die, I want him to start like a Neko fencing league or something.
Ooh, that'd be so rad. I like the idea.
And that way everyone's on equal terms.
On that note too, like because the people that he fenced with were actually the guys from the Weston arc, which I'm just like, oh my gosh, like, we got like a little intro into them. So I'm hoping we get to see them again.
That would be
and
nice.
If Anime Cujo does like what you're suggesting right now about the whole like Neko team, like if they, hoping they're not anti-Neko or whatever, that they would want to get involved with that. Or,
that'd be great.
Maybe, if they have kids or some like the kids, if they happen to be Nekos, could join that league, like just that kind of like reconnecting thing. I don't know. Just a thought.
It was a good thought, though.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. So for this next part, because it's quite a bit to read, you could probably read one paragraph. I could read one if you'd like. But yeah, my thought was just like, dude, what the heck, Sebastian? Like, a hug probably could have sufficed, especially because Sebastian claims to not be gay. But, I can't really complain about this next part because it was just steamy and amazing and yeah.
And I'll go ahead and read the first panel. Sebastian wanted nothing more than to let CL have a taste of something normal, something simple and pure, just like those 4 boys in the picture. Ooh, they're not pure.
Right?
He may be different, but he was special. Not because he was a Neko, but because he was CL. Ignoring the blaring warnings in his head, Sebastian sucked in a deep breath, and long fingers reached out to pull on the small chin, forcing it to face him. Fiery blue blinked several times in confusion at intense garnet boring into him, Sebastian pausing for only a moment before closing the space between them.
CL gasped quietly as warm lips met his own, the pressure soft and careful. He froze in his spot, unsure of what to make of this show of affection, butterfly heart hammering away in his chest as Sebastian's hands moved to cup those small cheeks and keeping him in his place. Inside, a whirlwind of contradiction wreaked havoc, debating whether to push away or accept the act, which had his head spinning. Lust won out, and slowly CL's lids drooped, closing completely as he relaxed in the pleasurable sensation of the kiss.
And, like, that, to me, was one of the most romantic things I think I've ever read in a fanfiction. And I was just like, you better work, Anime Cujo, yes! And all that other, gay noises and things. And I was just like, they need to just get together and shut the fuck up and, like, die. But not die, but, like, just do it and shut up.
Yeah. I know, just the detail going into it, like the whole, like, oh, like, CL was getting super into it because of, like, the nibbling on his bottom lip, and, like, he's just arching his back and pressing himself closer against Sebastian. I'm just like, oh my god. I was like, this is beautiful. Like, I wasn't expecting it to happen. Like, I thought they were just gonna grab the mail and whatever and leave, but...
I did too. I didn't expect any of that, really. Like,
Yes.
From the fencing thing to the kiss,
Oh, that
like, it was
too.
all just like, oh, well, this is a little detour that I didn't expect from some male.
Right? I know, I was just thinking too, I'm jumping ahead here, but to the author's note when she's like, all like these like things, like all this information that I just provided in this chapter is going to be useful, like, it is background for something that will come later. I'm just thinking like, dude, what if the male has something to do with this?
Right? There was a bomb
Just
in the mail.
kidding. Right. All right. So before we continue talking about author's note, we'll jump back here to Alois Claude, which was the last scene of
Oh,
this
and it
chapter.
was so cute. I loved it.
It was.
And
it
they've
was.
been cute this whole time, and I'm just so glad Claude isn't being an insufferable twat. Like, this whole story, he's just fabulous, and I hope it stays that way.
Yes. All right. So I'm going to read a little bit. I guess we could do that whole, I read a paragraph, you read another one.
Sure.
So I guess I'll start with the first one. He has been ready and willing, completely up for it, every inch of him to be exact.
Ooh, how many inches?
All right. Yet here they were, morning sun breaking through the curtains, and not such much as a grope or a lick or a suck. Alois wiggled his naked bottom under the sheets, growing more annoyed by the second. Another look at Claude's calm, resting expression had him groaning, mind spinning off theories as to what had gone wrong.
You're loud, a raspy voice stated, and Alois froze at the sound. A long arm reached out to wrap around the small waist, the nurse yelping as he was pulled into the warm body. It's too early for that. Go back to sleep. Claude grumbled, lids remaining shut as he snuggled the blonde head under his chin. It's just, it's so cute.
Like you said, it's so adorable. I know. I can't get enough of it, and I'm just like, like, come on. It's how you feel about Sebastian and Ciel. It's like, just get together, like,
Just
come on.
already.
Right. But we'll get to it.
I think this is the longest that Alois has ever been in a story and not had sex with somebody.
Well, I guess supposedly he's had sex with other people.
Well, yes, but
we just
not
haven't
had sex
seen
with Claude, at least.
Yeah.
Usually it's
Look at
like,
Claude.
ooh, first date.
Dude, Claude is playing hard to get, man.
I know, it's weird.
It is. It is really weird. That just proves he's a gentleman, okay? That's a beautiful thing.
True.
All right. So now we get to discuss author's note more in detail.
Yes. Anime Cujo has announced that she will be taking a bit longer between chapters to upload. And I think it's okay. She deserves a break, and they're long chapters. And I think that she should feel free to take the extra time and relax a little bit. Deadlines are stressful, yo.
And patience is a virtue, people. So, the wait is going to be worth it. We all know that. So, hey. All right. And then, of course, we want to know who the mystery doctor is. So hopefully next chapter we will find that out.
Yes, and hopefully Sebastian and Ciel will finally admit their feelings for each other. And, like, the whole time I was writing my notes for the end here, I, like, pictured, like, Pokemon in my head from when I was a kid. And at the end, like, they were always like, will this happen? How about this? Find out next time.
Oh my god, yeah!
So I wrote, will Sebastian and Ciel finally admit their feelings for each other? Will Claude and Alois continue their adorable antics? Find out next time on Neko.
Pokemon!
or Pokemon.
Okay. I actually just got a thought. A theory just popped into my head. Okay. What if Mystery Doctor, we find out who it is, but it turns out he's dead.
Oh,
And then it's like they do have to go to Lao.
yeah, right? Like, he didn't stop practicing medicine. His ass is dead.
Right?
That's a good theory.
Thank you.
Look at you just whipping stuff up last second.
Right? I mean, I don't know. It just, the thought came to my mind because the Neko hunters, they probably found out, like, hey, this was, like, Phantom Hive private doctor who was making, that serum thing for Ciel, so he wouldn't have to undergo, the cat and heat moments.
True.
So that's probably a reason why they were trying to kill him off.
I'm wondering, though, like, would he be dead? Because now I'm thinking back to an earlier chapter where there was that cat with, like, the vial on its collar, and, like, the guy gave the cat the money, and then the cat ran away with the money.
That's true. Or he could be kidnapped, I guess.
True, that might be a thing, too.
Be like, we ain't gonna pay you, you're gonna make this for us for free.
Ooh, kidnapped by the Nekos. That's interesting.
Oh. See, that could be another one too. Doesn't have to be the Neko hunters. All right. Well, good theories there at the end.
Yes.
That's pretty much it. And, chapter 9, whenever it comes out, we look forward to it, and we'll be reviewing it as soon as we can. We will try not to procrastinate as much.
Yes.
All right. Well, have a good one, everyone, and thanks for tuning in.
Bye.
We'll catch you next time.